it's Sophietta VA, and guess what time it is? You guessed? Well, it's time for me to answer your questions. For those who just tuned into the live chat, I just want to say hi and how you feeling today, because I'm like interested or something. So I have gathered up all your questions and you will get to hear me answer them. There's lots of them, but I'm going to start from the top to the bottom, then to the comments of the preparation vid, which is now closed. I'll open it up if I feel like doing so, and I'll be reading them on this device. You probably remember the cracked screen phone from the How to Become a Voice Actor vid. I still need to replace it. But before I get started, I'd like to say that I have now got Patreon, so if you want to see the bloopers or unreleased cuts from the other videos on this channel, click the link down below in the description. So what are we waiting for? Let's get answering! So this first question comes from Heart O Soul. They wrote, what are some of your favourite characters? That's a good question. There are a lot of favourite characters in mind, and listing them may be hard for me. Mostly characters that are strong, cute, and really cool with awesome battle stats, including ones from some indie shows that I tried on auditioning, but it never worked. But that's my answer for your question though. Next question comes from Toho Freak 2016. They wrote, what has to be your favourite role to voice out of every single role so far? That's also a good question. I'd say Iona from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, because judging by the influencer's personality and looks, I made it sound like her Horizon's voice, and looking back at it, I actually loved how it turned out, and it is growing popular on the Pokemon Voiced Up series on this channel. Next question comes from, oh, I'm starting to read numbers now, Ayame-chan, and they wrote, as a voice actress, what do you aim for? Well, Ayame, I am aiming for recognition, professionalism, creativity, and inspiration. I was told by others that voice acting is a very hard occupation to get because it's all about reputation on social media, which is an attempt though. But it comes to show that once you showcase your voice there, the more that you get recognized the easy way. This makes me think that sooner, I might make my own things to do the voice on. Hence the creativity. Next question comes from Limed Green. They wrote, what makes you want to get into voice acting? Well, Green, it all started back in 2014, where I used to binge watch anime. Yes, I was a weeb back then. Still am. And most of the time, I would watch Magical Girl, Dark Ones, and others too much to list. And most of the time, I would watch the English dub. There were also cartoons where I liked how they made their voices sound childlike, and back during the release, Has-Been Hotel Pilot was the one who inspired me to try and get into web series voice acting. So I decided to try out myself, where at first, it was terrible. Then, the more I practiced, the most I sound like those dubs. And then I thought to myself, what if I made a channel where I showcased my voice acting? And therefore, this channel was born. More story on the vid for the 10-year anniversary video or something. Interval break! So this is one of the questions that I was supposed to expect, but it wasn't received. And it was about a planned story time where all you see was this pic on BlueSky. Sadly, I scrapped it, because for one, story time's not content for me, and two, it's going to create a downfall to this channel for lots of reasons. Wonder what the story time was about? Well, it was about the struggles and attempts on writing an audition letter to that one company, as mentioned in How to Become a Voice Actor vid on step 4, as this was set during the first hiatus. Man, I was disheartened, but I tried again in a proper way, and now I have to wait, and wait, and wait. Waiting is boring. Okay, interval break's over, let's move on to a few more questions. Next question goes from Tunchvandal4613. Hopefully I got your name right. I don't like butchering others' usernames. They wrote, who's your favourite character to voice? As stated in Toho Freak's question, Iona is my favourite to voice due to the similar impersonation to the Pokemon Horizons anime. But that is a good question though. Next question comes from Live, Laugh and Love Jesus. They wrote, on a scale of 1 to 10, how far do you think your range goes? Have you ever been rudely judged for the work you've done? What type of characters do you think suit your voice best? Well, Based on a how to become a voice actor vid, I'd say I can go up to 6 since I have done a lot of characters from the older content. I still did keep the other types. And yes, I get that a lot. Mostly when people say that the characters don't sound right. Hence why I add a disclaimer at the beginning, and I mostly suit any characters that I go for. If you want to hear, check out the new voice reel. Aww, I love you too. Why not me? Remember the doctor trip? Next question comes from Crocklow Bootworks, and they wrote, what got you into voice acting? I noticed you had a DeviantArt. Have you ever been into or at least heard of OCTs? And if so, what's the best out of all of them? What fandoms are you most into now? I actually want to know this for a while, but when and what was your first exposure to Lennon? What do you think is the best Pokemon game? Favourite colour? Favourite dog breed? Favourite movie? Why did you decide on becoming a YouTuber? And I'm going to McDonald's for the first time, so recommend me something surprising. Wow, Crocklow. That's a lot of good questions for me to answer. Well, I can allow 1 to 3 questions, but I can give all these a shot since you and everyone are trustworthy. Okay, so same answer as Lime Green. I do have DeviantArt, but I don't use it much now because of those. You know what I'm about to say. But I have not heard of the OCTs, so I don't think I'll be into those. Mostly gaming, TV shows, and other stuff that I'm interested with. The first exposure was from 2014 when I found out a fan song out of nowhere, so I looked it up and started attempting to learn more. Obviously Scarlet and Violet, Black and Purple. Not a dog person sadly, but I'd say Pomeranian. They're like walking pom-poms. K-pop Demon Hunters, recently watched it. There are lots as well, just to gain fame, like all YouTubers and influencers. And for your McDonald's trip, despite at the time of making, I think you've been there, I was thinking Philly cheesesteak or a Big Mac. That's a lot. But thanks for the questions. You're awesome. Speaking of long questions, well, not that long. The next question goes from Sweetie Pie 7290. They wrote, are you excited for Toho 20? What do you think of Toho 20? Do you think you'll dub anything from Nansei project? What was your favourite project you've done so far? Who's your favourite Lennon Toho character and why? How long have you voice acted? Similar to the technique above, I do this. At the time of creating the video, yes I am, but I was aware about AI being added into the game. Like those Reddit posts here. I will do once I have it in mind or decide on doing so. Recently Pokemon, but I'll do more. Too much to choose for, but I like Yabasame because of the voice I gave them back then. I have been voice acting for 9 years now, which is from the first video of this channel. Well, that's all the time I had for the Q&A answers now. I hope y'all enjoyed tuning into the stream to hear me speak out your questions. I'll be uploading more videos in the meantime. Might take long or be quick with it. Bye, and I'll see y'all in the next video.